And this morning, we continue to learn new details after President Trump and the First Lady test positive for COVID-19. Jasmine Monroe is joining us live this morning from the Sampson Pavilion. He was just there on Tuesday night. Jasmine, there are a lot of questions, but I think the first and pressing one is, how are the President and First Lady doing?
Yeah, I think that's on everyone's mind, exactly how they're doing. They're doing well as of right now. This morning, they are quarantining in the White House. This is just devastating news coming from the White House. Now, here's what we do know this morning. Now, Hope Hicks is the president's right-hand person, and she's with him almost every day. She traveled with him this week, including here to Cleveland on Tuesday for the debate. Now, here's a picture of her at Hopkins after getting off Air Force One. Now, the president tweeted this just before 1 a.m. saying that him and Melania will begin their quarantine recovery process immediately, Maureen.
And a lot of people want to know, what does this mean for his duties?
Well, the good news is he still will remain in power because he is in good health right now. So the bad news is everyone in the world knows our president has coronavirus, and a lot of people think that puts our country at risk.
Yeah, it does have a lot of foreign affairs implications, national security implications. That's what the White House is going to be looking at throughout the day today. And we know he was here in Cleveland. So I think a lot of our viewers, a lot of people at home, you're thinking, okay, he was here less than 72 hours ago, coming into contact with people who worked at the debate. That means people who live here in Cleveland. What does this mean for them?
Yeah, it's a very scary thing. But honestly, Maureen, the good news is they were very strict when it came to being here on this campus. We went through extensive testing, COVID-19 testing. Within 72 hours, we had to show proof that we tested negative in order to come on this campus to cover this debate. Now, we also want you to take a look at this screen right now. Now, NBC News is reporting that these are the people on his team that are now being asked to quarantine. Now, we reached out to University Hospital, and they tell us contact tracing will go back to 48 hours.
Initially, in the outbreak, we were going back as far as 7 days, but typically people really feel that it's the 48 hours before, when you're either pre-symptomatic or possibly asymptomatic.
All right, so back live here right now this morning, Maureen. We're live here at the Sampson Pavilion. As you can see, they're still tearing down at this process. A lot of things to go back on. Who came in contact with him? His kids, were they on the plane? Just people who were surrounding him. But a lot of the doctors get back to the things that we talked about first when coronavirus first was reported. Wash your hands. And now it's to wear a mask and make sure you're staying safe. But a lot to come and a lot to learn in the next few hours.
Yeah,
Maureen.
And we know he was traveling around in Air Force One. From what we saw of the people getting onto Air Force One, including Jared Kushner, his son-in-law, nobody was wearing a mask on the airplane, and then he went to his rallies. So we're going to be following this. Jasmine, thank you for all of that. We know Jasmine was boots on the ground at Sampson Pavilion throughout the week. And President Trump's positive COVID test is leading to equity futures dropping sharply. So here's a look at the futures board right now. S&P 500, Dow Jones, and NASDAQ all showing significant drops.